Ooh, so you want to navigate the fine line between the two. Okay, okay. Exploring the nuanced difference between them can pique curiosity, and I see it piqued yours. Hey, wait a minute. Instead of being your ConscienSiS for this video, I guess I am your nuances. Get it? Because ConscienSiS with the SIS as your sis at the end. And now nuances with the S. Just forget it. Just forget it. You know what my husband always tell me? If I have to explain my jokes, then it wasn't funny, I guess. Anywho, let's get to it. But before we do, if you haven't, please join the journey and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for an adventure like no other. Because even though there are a lot of channels out there breaking down topics that involve our mental health, I am not only doing that, but I am giving you choices, yes, choices at the end. So buckle up and let's dive into the unique content that awaits you. Alrighty, well, both concepts of trauma bonding and bonding over trauma form connections through shared traumatic experiences. We have to make sure that we understand the differences, because if we don't, we can confuse the two and never really get a handle on them in a healthy way, right? So now I want to make sure that I say before we proceed, I want to provide a trigger warning. This video contains content that may be distressing or triggering to some of my viewers. As your sis, I understand the importance of creating a safe environment, so I encourage you to prioritize your well-being and exercise self-care while watching, okay? And if you feel uncomfortable or need to take a break, please do so. Your mental and emotional health is essential to me, okay? Let's get right into it. Trauma bonding is when someone creates an unhealthy attachment where physical or an emotional trauma occurs by the other person, but follows up with like a positive reinforcement, like physically harming you and then trying to get you a card and some flowers every time they hurt you. Like, that takes the pain away, right? Boy, you see how I flared up? Don't get me started on this. You know what? Okay, so let's get back to explaining it, right? I don't even want to go down that path, but this intense emotional attachment, it is very, very harmful, because when you become attached to a person who is abusing you in any way, it turns into a devastating situation that can taunt your soul, and it lingers in every way possible, affecting your life. Now, the signs that I have seen in these types of relationships are many, but one that gets me going is when one of the partners starts to look past the red flags. I look at it like this, at the beginning, y'all cool, y'all at Six Flags, the honeymoon phase, right? And just having a good old funky time, and you tend to ignore and overlook all the red flags. Then they start defending the other's bad behavior. Accountability is nowhere in sight, especially when they abuse or dog them out. And oh yeah, another thing I see is, yes, we hear this word a lot, and I have to say it, yes I do, is gaslighting. Gaslighting comes into play. You start questioning things that you haven't even questioned before, like your identity. The manipulation of it all, I'll tell you. But the craziest part is that this type of attachment can become addictive and a cycle hard to break. So I would like for you to really go into your relationships, whether that's a friendship, parentship, partnership, colleagues, fraternity members, or roommates, no matter what connection you formed. See if you can spot trauma bonding. Just become aware. And if you are in one, start the process of breaking free now. Staying safe is the primary goal though. So if you are in immediate danger, please seek help. Please, please, please seek help. You can call 911 or the National Domestic Violence Hotline for support. You know, there are a lot of situations like domestic abuse and emotional abuse and I almost said it, didn't I? Well, the SEXUAL abuse. Y'all know I have to spell it for YouTube. I almost said it though. They always got me. Okay, moving on. What was that? Emotional abuse, that abuse. Okay, abusive parent-child relationships, elder abuse, exploitative employment, and child abuse. And believe me, I am only scratching the surface when it comes to these things. But I am trying to keep it simple. I really am trying to keep it simple. Now, breaking trauma bonds is possible, but sometimes it takes a lot, like standing up for yourself or, getting intensive therapy or treatment. And there's plenty of more things you can do or get. And those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head right now. I said the treatment and therapy. Okay, man, this is getting heavy for me to talk about because I just know so many of us go through this daily and just feel trapped. And I just really get it, okay? Let me get myself together. Come on, sis. Just take a deep breath. You know what? Let's just take our mental break right now. Let's just do that. Okay. So I would like to take this opportunity to say, first and foremost, I am so sorry if you are or have had to experience these types of trauma, because I know how it can affect your life now and in the long run. I wish it were just something created so strong that it takes it all away and we can just live life without trauma. But guess what? Life just does not work out that way. And we just have to try our best to live with things that happen to us in a wise, healthy, and patient manner. So I ask, have you found yourself trauma bonding with someone, seeing red flags after you guys just came from like Six Flags? And if so, did it affect you like having attachment issues, being dependent on them, or falling into more cycles of abuse by the same person or other people? Please put your opinions and thoughts in the comments section below. I want to hear all your answers to these questions. Let's get this conversation going. I would totally appreciate it if you could just generate some super stimulating dialogue right now. It'd be so lit. I can't wait to see what you share. Now, it is time to hit that breathing break. Let's take a moment just to breathe and relax and vibe out. You know how it goes. So deep inhale and slow exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Ooh, taking breaks is amazing if you know how to utilize them. Well, let's get to discussing understanding bonding over trauma. Now, bonding over trauma is very different. Instead of the other person's abuse, you will have a person bonding with you over shared trauma. You start to think that you share identity with each other because of traumatic experiences, which can lead to forming this type of bond. Now, some argue that this has good effects since it provides a level of acceptance and understanding that is otherwise hard to come by, right? They basically say together that you can repair and rebuild, all while being considerate of one another's needs. Some people might tell you to hold on, Dada, hold your horses, because doing so could backfire if you and your partner end up resenting one another for having to share your traumatic experiences, which becomes heavy and creates burdens, so they start avoiding the other person just to get away from the situation. They refer to this as trauma dumping. So they feel that attempting to build on an insecure foundation is unhealthy for both parties involved. And they believe that just because you have been through comparable terrible experiences does not imply that you are compatible. You confused this for authentic love, which it is not. Now, this is where your symbolic action comes in at. I would like for you to do what I mentioned earlier by seeing if you found yourself trauma bonding with individuals in your life and investigate the relationship while comparing trauma bonding and authentic love. You can do this by going online and typing in the search engine trauma bonding versus authentic connection and find the tab where it says images and click on that, and you will find many images that can help you on seeing the difference. Now, try those things and hopefully this action sparks something in you to just see and become aware and then do something about it. Remember, the goal here is to try to break free from trauma bonds due to the complex emotional dynamics involved. And just giving you this information in this video can lead you down a road to seeking professional help, therapy, support groups, and even if you are not a therapy type of person, this can still help you help yourself by just understanding and addressing the matter in your own healthy, again, I am going to say healthy, unique way. I say that because, yeah, you can address it all right by going off on them or just making the situation worse without the proper tools to be able to handle the outcome, right? So I just wanted to ensure that I am leading you down a path of grace and not a smack in the face, okay? I know you. I told you I'm your sis. I know how we can get down sometimes. So let's recap. We went over the differences in trauma bonding and bonding over trauma. And the symbolic action for this video was to see if you are in a relationship with trauma bonding in the center, and also find out the difference between trauma bonding and authentic bonding, a connection, if you will. And the last thing was to, yep, you guessed it, do something about it in a healthy way. As your sis, like I said, I know you. So I just have to throw that healthy in there because as humans, we can go there, can't we? I know we can. I know I can. I ain't even gonna lie. I'll be the first like, what? What you say? But, you know, I can handle myself now. I can calm down. I got a little bit more self-control. You know what I'm saying? So now, those were the symbolic actions we took. And I have one more action that I would truly appreciate. And that is if you like what I am doing and the way that I am trying to help individuals overcome things, please subscribe by virtually becoming my friend. Please like the video, share it as well, hit the like button and the notification bell to stay updated when I drop new valuable content that interests you. This is the last interactive path video to this option. Your sis from a different miss has your back. So until next time, detect, check, affect, and accept what is going on in your life conscientiously. Galigale, I hope I'm saying that right.